Greetings, my name is David Bair and I'm the high school principal here at the American School of Brasilia. This is the second video in a series that we hope to put together just to provide parents and our larger community with more information about what we're doing in the high school and more importantly the reasons why. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about our assessment policy and the way that we measure kids' performance at our school. When we created the assessment policy, we used a large number of experts in the field to guide our work, but there was none that was more influential than Ken O'Connor, whose book, Repair Kit for Grading, is very important to educators around the world, I think specifically in the international system. So what does this mean? What his work tells us is that students' grades need to reflect simply what students know and what students can do when measured against the standards for the course. He's very clear that behavior is not included in the academic grade. So at the American School of Brasilia, we do not include participation or homework, formative assessments, or just being a good, conscientious student. Our grades reflect what students know and what they can do when measured against standards, and that's it. On the other side, we don't punish kids for their behavior with academic grades. We do not give zeros at the school. We do not reduce academic grade for late work. We have systems in place to make sure kids are handing their work in on time and are doing things that they need to do, but we do not punish students with their academic grades. So that's led to some concern from some parents in our community that will my student's grade be artificially deflated because of the way that we assess? And our answer to that is no. There are schools in the world that inflate grades. We're not one of them, but we're very clear about that in the documentation of our school. As far as college entrance goes in the application process, I've invited our resident expert on the topic, college counselor Miss Katie Lashir, to talk to you a bit about the college admissions process.
Bom dia. Yes, lots of great information to talk about. So first of all, when we send our transcripts and documents to universities around the world, it gets accompanied by a school profile, which talks about the rigor that we offer in our schedule. And the rigor is probably the number one most important factor, especially in US universities, that universities are looking for in students. They want to see that they're challenging themselves where appropriate. So the fact that we do not inflate grades does not harm students one bit. In fact, many universities pick out the grades from our transcript and they have their own interpretation of those grades. Additionally, I know some of you may be a little unfamiliar with the 1 through 7 change. And let me just put it to rest that it is very common throughout the world, and universities in Holland, universities in the United States and Canada are very, very familiar with the 1 through 7 process and are very interested in seeing those grades on a transcript. But we also realize that this is a new process, and if you have any questions, please feel free to stop by my office and I'd be happy to have a conversation.
Thank you, Katie. We believe strongly that our assessment policy is in line with best practice. It is in line with the work being done by top international schools the world over, and that it provides us the best information possible to ensure student growth and student learning over the course of a year. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video, and as Katie said, if you have any questions, please feel free to stop by or set an appointment up with the secretaries of our school. All the best.